Just a reminder, this meeting is being recorded. If any member of the public would like to sign up for public comment, they may do so via the chat. We do not have anyone currently joining us, though. I will make note of that. John, take it away. All yours.
Well, welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining this board, making the time. Committee meeting. The trustees of the Boston Public Library reaffirm our commitment to racial equity and to the principles of diversity and equity and inclusion more broadly. The library is formally committed to becoming an anti-racist organization in response to systematic racism, inequity, and injustice prevalent in our society. We acknowledge that the Boston Public Library stands on land that was once water-based ecosystem, providing sustenance for the indigenous Massachusetts people, and is something we affirm to live. I do want to say that right now, this committee is at a transition phase and it's going to be a short meeting, but basically we have this time of year, over a period of time, terms rolling off of our trustees and new ones coming on. And it's a very important aspect of the library becoming a trustee. We look for people to really help the library succeed and get in front of do even more good work across the city, but across the state, and as we found out, even across the world. And so the trustees that we have come on board have an important responsibility and role, and I think we all know that. And I believe the people that have rolling off the board, China Tyler and our chair, Priscilla Douglas, have really been a huge help to us. And then secondly, Jeff Hawkins being brought on to the board is going to be being recommitted to the board and renominated is a great addition. I'll have David talk about the new ones, the new people coming onto the board of trustees. But first, I just have one vote where we need a roll call and approval of the minutes. So, David.
Pamela first.
Yep. Roll call. I'm just going to read your last names. Navjeet Bal is actually out of the country, so she's not able to join us today. Cronin?
Here.
Tyler?
Here.
Leonard?
Here.
Westra?
Here. Good morning, everyone.
And Ms. Wooten it is commencement for Simmons today, so she will not be able to join us.
Which is understandable.
Yep, we have a quorum.
Good. And again, what all we need for one vote is for the approval of the meeting minutes. And so from May 22nd, 2023, do I have any questions or comments on the minutes?
So moved for approval.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Well, with that, David, the nomination and vote for the officers of the Board of Trustees, I would love, and I think Cheryl mentioned it, just to go through this because I know you've been deeply part of the process, to talk a little bit about the nomination and the vote that we're going to present to the board, full board next week, of the people being updates for the 2024 trustees.
Yes. Thank you, John. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am pleased to report that the mayor, by tradition, did invite our existing trustee, Dr. Ray Liu, to accept the nomination of chair of the Board of Trustees. And he is both excited and honored to provide that role. As we know, these appointments are one-year terms. I'm also happy to share that that Evelyn Arana Ortiz is being nominated to continue as vice chair, and both obviously, but not also, but also importantly, Pamela Carver as clerk of the board. So those are our three nominations for officers based upon the recommendations of the mayor and the mayor's office. And so procedurally, those officers come to this committee to be officially voted as a slate to be put forward at the full board meeting at the annual meeting next Tuesday morning.
Mm-hmm.
We as an administration are incredibly grateful for the service of our outgoing chair, Priscilla Douglas, and for Evelyn and Pamela's service in those roles, in particular over the last year. I think we have the new nominations on a subsequent slide, so I'll comment on those when we get to that.
Just need you to take a vote on the officers.
So
Correct.
moved.
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
I will
abstentions?
obviously abstain from this vote.
Thank you.
And
So
Pam,
moved.
I guess we should say congratulations.
Thanks.
Thanks,
thank you
Pamela.
for,
Thank
thank you for
you.
everything you do, Pamela, for the.
Seriously,
Hold on.
Pam, it's an opportunity, I think, and Cheryl and Kristen, please feel free to say what you want. Pam, the thing runs so smoothly because of you as clerk, and we all know that it's a complicated, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of moving parts, and I know you go out of your way to make sure everything just runs as smoothly as possible with a lot of moving pieces. So I want to just say thank you. Okay, understand completely.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I just also want to say for the record how incredible Pamela you are, how incredibly capable, and also just really patient with us. And we all really appreciate that.
Thank you.
That-
Appreciate it, really.
I second all those sentiments. Thank you very much, Pamela, and congratulations.
Thank you. We have our next slide, David.
Thank you. So, Mr. Chairman, I'll just continue. As you noted in your opening comments, we are thrilled to have Jeff Hawkins be reappointed by the mayor as the representative of the Boston Public Library Fund. And so that will allow continuity and to basically keep Jeff in the loop. We have a new appointment, the appointment of Jonathan Levine, who is both the chair of Bain Capital and I think a well-respected individual within the investment and finance community, as well as being very active in Boston's philanthropy, most notably a longstanding relationship with City Year. And he was additionally, I believe, appointed to the board of the Holocaust Museum during the Obama administration. And so these are very strong credentials from that point of view. We are awaiting a third appointment. We do not have that at this time. And so technically, Representative China Tyler may continue for a little bit longer in a holdover status. But again, I just want to recognize the contributions of Chair Priscilla Douglas and Representative China Tyler as trustees, both of whom have acknowledged the completion of their terms and are grateful for the opportunity to serve. I believe we will have both of them present during the trustee meeting, the annual meeting on Tuesday morning.
Well,
Yes.
they'll have an opportunity to say something, and I agree with you, David, on I think Priscilla and China have been great to work with over the last few years.
I can confirm that both will be attending just in the
Wonderful.
very beginning of the meeting on Tuesday.
Thank you, Pam. Now, does anybody, Cheryl, Kristen, do you have any comments or anything you would like to say?
No, I look forward to another year.
Jay, can you forward the slide one more? Oh, sorry. We don't need to take a vote, do we, David, for the nominations?
We do not.
We do not, we just, yeah, let's keep
I
going.
want to make sure. Okay. Any new business, John?
No, no new business at all. Not that I know of. I think this is a pretty important one. And David, I appreciate, and I know the confidentiality of this, but Cheryl did ask, and it's good public, we're just waiting on the formalization and finalization of the name, correct?
The third name, that's correct.
Okay, all right, great. And we'll keep the committee posted once we have made that name public. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd love for the committee to get that name ahead of time before the board meeting. If that's okay with you, Kristen and Cheryl.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Is the fact that Jonathan and Jeff are staying on to be treated as confidential until the board meeting, or can we drop them a note?
No. Pamela, could you update us on the filing of the letters of appointment?
So the way it works is, like, for instance, China is considered an active holdover state at this point. She has all voting privileges until a new nomination is put. Once it is filed in the city clerk's office, the date they receive that letter, then the holdover status then becomes expired. So when the first nomination letter of Jonathan Levine went in, it made Priscilla's holdover status conclude. So we are just awaiting one more. So as of right now, once the letter is filed, I usually am notified by the clerk's office. I can then notify all of you of the official notice.
And I believe Jonathan and Jeff's appointment letters were filed yesterday.
They were filed before. The date on the letter is May 6th. They were signed, but they were actually sent to the clerk's office yesterday.
Which makes them active and public as of that date.
Yes.
And
But the mayor's office is asking us for us to kind of keep our notices and any kind of public acknowledgement. So there will be a press release that will be going out in collaboration with Lisa Pollock and the mayor's office as of either Tuesday or Wednesday. So we're kind of holding off on, like, besides public notices that are required by law, like with our meeting materials and things like that, we haven't done any kind of notice or any kind of emails or anything like that, for just out of respect for both the outgoing and the incoming, to kind of manage messaging.
Although today is clearly a public meeting and therefore it is official.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
And do we expect to get the third person by Tuesday, or not necessarily?
I think that's unlikely, but possible. I do believe we are looking at a name or names being finalized. So I think we're in the days, 2 weeks, but hopefully not longer than that period. So
Okay.
would love if we had clarity on Tuesday, just from a administrative tidiness point of view, but better to take the time that is needed or needed by the mayor.
Agreed.
If there is a new name, we will announce it at the executive committee, which is the first week of June. David, we could
Okay.
put on that notice if
Yeah.
it would include both of you, Cheryl and.
And Fisher.
Okay.
Great. Hey, just and I missed this. I did want to say, since it is on record, Evelyn being reappointed again. There are people on a board that really do a lot of yeoman's work, and she is definitely a person that, and Kristen and Cheryl, you guys know this, she just is always there, always diligent, covers the committees, covers her assignments, just
Yeah.
keeps us all, makes us a better board of trustees, and I just want that noted, that this is a
Yeah.
great piece to keep transitioning through, to have her help with Chairman Ray Lou going forward.
We agree. I agree.
And I just want to clarify so everyone knows the new name of it looks like we were calling them Levine for a while and it was wrong. So
Levine.
it's like Levine.
Levine, yeah, it's Levine, yeah.
So just wanted to note that.
Okay,
Like
thank,
both Pamela and I, we understand he does go by his full first name. So
Right, he's not a John.
great.
Okay.
I think we are good to go. Pam, anything else?
No, if we are done for the day, you can just adjourn the meeting. If you could go to the last slide, Jay, that would be it. They were done.
Thank you, and see you Tuesday.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
everybody.
See you then.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You.
You tried.